Hey guys, so a few weeks ago, I completely fell off track. Not because I got lazy or that I stopped caring, it's just that life happened. And if you've lived long enough, you know what that feels like. So I spent a lot of time on this channel talking about nutrition, workouts, protein, sleep, hydration. But today I wanted to talk about what happens when life interrupts all of that. So this video is about setbacks. It's about obstacles, detours, roadblocks, the stuff we call real life, and what you can do to stay on track, or at least to get back on track when things go sideways, like they always do. It's easy to look like I have it all figured out and that I do everything perfectly right when I do these videos. I can hit edit and cut out the messy parts. I can adjust the lighting and the contrast, cut out the background noise, and ultimately make the real world look like I want it to. But life has a way of just coming at you. There's no time to edit. You don't have the ability to do another take in life. Maybe it's a health issue that sidelines you. Maybe that relationship you've been trying to fix and save finally has to reach an end, and you had to put yourself into survival mode. It seems the first casualty is always self-care. An anxious time can ruin your appetite for weeks. Maybe you're just like me and you just don't care about eating for those long stretches, or you're using food as comfort. But either way, your nutrition goes out the window, your focus turns inward, and exercise is one of the last things you give one single crap about. The trick is how to handle the adversity when it inevitably does come our way. Recently, my wife and I determined that we needed to move her aging parents from their home in Connecticut to be closer to us so that we could manage some of their issues. We found them a home here in our retirement community, but it required us to move from our house to a new home that was closer to where we were moving them. So the last several weeks have represented a complete departure from the normal routine for us. There were flights across the country, back and forth from Texas to New England, packing 40 years of memories, moving trucks, putting our house on the market. There was no time to meal plan, to get some exercise in, to get some good sleep, and somewhere in the middle of all that, my normal life disappeared. Maybe you've been there too. Now they're here, we have moved into our new house, and we have moved them into theirs, and life is returning to some kind of a normal order again. Now I need to accept that, yes, adversity crept in, and it stole my sense of order, it stole my peace. But now I need to get back on track. So where do I start? What steps have I used over the years to not turn this into some full-fledged pity party? To stand up, dust off, and get back to work? Well, one thing about resistance training is right there in the name, resistance. It can come in many forms. It can be physical, spiritual, or mental, but we all face it. The qualities that you have developed, the ones that you have used to show up when you didn't want to eat right when you'd rather not, to go to bed when you'd rather scroll a little bit longer, those are the things that are going to serve you now. Those are going to be the playbook for resilience. After a period of total disruption, the mistake that I see most people make is in trying to snap back into their full routine on day one. And when it's too much, they start questioning themselves. They say, what's the point? Something else is just going to come along to throw me off track again. Yeah, it will, but don't listen to the negative speak. Start by picking one or two non-negotiables to build from. Clean out the fridge, replace the comfort foods with whole foods. I believe in my identity. I don't have to talk myself into training again. I am someone who trains. That's not motivation, it's who I am. And my identity doesn't disappear just because life did what life does. During those moves, I had zero control over my environment. Airports, takeout food, moving trucks, boxes, and the three dreaded words, some assembly required. If I never see an Allen wrench again for the rest of my life, it'll be too soon. But for me, getting back on track isn't really about willpower at all. It's about rebuilding environment that made me who I am today. I'm going to sit down and I'm going to write out my workout plan, write down my goals. And I will include a day of lighter weights, a gradual increase in protein, get back to whatever nutritional supplements I've been neglecting, set my alarm clock. So today is Sunday, that's my meal prep day. I'm going to be putting together individual sized protein dense meals, just basically laying out the structure. Then tomorrow, it's go time. Do it. Implement the plan. That's it. I have found that momentum doesn't arrive all at once. It comes one promise to yourself at a time. We use the same principle that builds muscle. Controlled resistance applied consistently. That's what's going to rebuild a life that's been knocked off track. Life is going to interrupt your plans again. That's not Eeyore, that's just a fact of life. But the cool thing is that every time life knocks you off course, you get another opportunity to prove who you really are. Not when everything is easy, but when everything isn't. Because strength is not built during the perfect weeks, it is revealed during the imperfect ones. So if you get sidetracked, don't make the mistake of believing you've fallen too far. You haven't. Your routine may have disappeared. Your confidence may have taken a hit. But the person who built those healthy habits is still in there. Start with one promise to yourself, keep it, then make another, step by step, win by win. Take care of yourself, guys. I got stuff I got to do. Don't quit, and I'll see you next week.